So you're in high school, you're a senior, and you have to make a huge decision. Where are you going to go to college? Well, I'm here to share some tips in picking the college for you. I'm going to talk about personally my story of the route I took through college and the choices I made. So sit back, relax, grab a beverage, and let's get into this. So the reason I'm making this video is I have been dealing with a lot of college things, and I go to school myself. I'm a college student, and I've been actually working on my transferring from a 2-year school to a 4-year school, but we're going to talk more about that in just a minute. So to give you my story, I actually took a break after high school. I took a few years off before entering college, and it was not intentional to do that. Originally the plan had been to go to college and do the whole college experience. However, it didn't happen for me that way. I ended up taking, I think it was 6 years before I actually started college. So, not the greatest strategy, not necessarily everyone's forte, but it is the path I chose, and it's the path that I am going down now. So I started off at Sinclair Community College. Now, the reason for that was I was not the greatest student in high school. I wasn't the best. I wasn't the worst. But I unfortunately was not able to make it into a 4-year school right out of high school. That is part of the reason why I took a break. My self-esteem was just kind of shot. I wasn't up to... I felt embarrassed, essentially. And I know it's not a bad thing. It's not a thing to really harp on, but it's where I was at that time. So took me a couple of years off, and then I decided to apply to a 2-year institution. I went to Sinclair Community College in Dayton, Ohio. I did that for 2 years, or essentially 3 semesters worth of going to that school. And was going to go there for a 4th semester, but I ended up moving out of Ohio and back to Wisconsin, which is where I am now, and had started looking for a new school. Now, I could have gone and applied to a 2-year institution and finished my last semester there before going to a 4-year institution, but I'm like, I've got college under my belt now. They're not going to look at my high school records anymore. They're going to look at my college records, which are really good. So let's see what I can do. So I started looking at 4-year institutions, and I primarily looked at the University of Wisconsin. It's a great school system, and it was a school system that not just my family has had connections to. I actually have a lot of family members who've went to Madison and to other schools in the UW system. So I knew I wanted to look at the UWs. I looked at several different options. I looked at Madison. I looked at Oshkosh. I looked at Milwaukee. And I looked at a few others in the UW system. And I finally settled on UW Oshkosh. Now, why did I choose Oshkosh? Well, number one, it's a great school. It's not the big dog. It's not Madison. You know, Madison is the one that everyone... When you think UW... Wisconsin, you think of Madison. It's the one everyone thinks of. It's the Badgers. It's the glitz and glory of going to the University of Wisconsin. But I didn't want... That wasn't something I was into. I'm not a huge person of just going with the status quo. And I wanted to look at other schools. And I went and did a tour of Madison. I did a tour of Oshkosh, and I just really liked the environment that I had at Oshkosh. They had the program I wanted, and I'm going to be starting there this fall. I am officially a Titan as of a couple days ago, and I'm really looking forward to getting started at UWO. So now, what are some things you need to consider when looking at colleges? Well, number one, you need to look at the programs. The program is going to be the reason you're going to this school. You know, if you decide to go to University of Wisconsin-Madison and they don't have the right class types for you. You know, you want to get into astrophysicism and they don't have a program for it, don't go to University of Wisconsin-Madison. Look at other schools. You want to find a school that best fits your needs. Not every college is going to offer every single program. So make sure you look at that. Number 2, do you want to live close to home so you could go home on the weekends? Do you want to move away? I'm fortunate that I live by myself now and I live on my own, but you know, I still want to stay close to family, and I have a lot of family in Wisconsin. I have family in Minnesota, which is where I'm from. So being able to be close, you know, I'm 4 hours to Minnesota, and I'm maybe about a half hour's drive from other family members. So that was a thing I had to consider when making my decision. Next decision you're going to make is, are you going to live on campus or are you going to live off campus? Now, a lot of universities have laws in place, or states have laws in place on where students can live. It's based on, in Wisconsin, it's based on the distance to your home, your real home, and whether or not you're over 21 are kind of the two major factors. If you're 21 by the start of the semester, you don't have to live on campus, and actually they can't require you. But if you're under 21 and you live outside of a 45-mile radius, you do have to live on campus. So for me, that wasn't an issue, but I could understand if you are a little afraid of moving away from home. You know, it's a big change. You're moving to a place you don't know, and you're going to live with people you might not necessarily know. You're going to have a roommate, which for a lot of you, it's a new thing. You're used to living with your parents. You're not used to living on your own. But it's a change that you're going to enjoy. It's a great experience. I really love the fact that UW Oshkosh has a sense of community, and that was one of the things that drew me to it. And Madison had it too, but Madison, I was going to have to live on campus, and I just did not want to live in Madison. It was really far away for me, and it was further from family. You know, it's a little closer to Minnesota, but it was further from the family that does live in Wisconsin. So with all those things said, the next thing you want to do is you want to schedule a campus tour. All colleges offer tours, and if you go to a college website and you don't see an option for scheduling a tour, call the admissions office. They always are offering tours of campus so you can come see. They know you want to see the campus. They know you want to look around, and you're going to be basing your decision off of this. So use that to your advantage. Don't just go to their website and look at photos. Actually go to the campus and walk around the campus. Get a sense of the scale of the campus. It's going to give you a different perspective. I really enjoyed the area of Oshkosh, and I'm going to be spending a lot of time in Oshkosh. I want to make sure this is a place I'm comfortable in and I'm safe in. You know, if this campus is in the middle of the hood, I don't want to go to school there. You know, just these are things you really do want to consider. What's the crime rate like? What is the security systems like? You know, just get yourself acclimated to the area and to the community there. Especially if you're going to be living on campus, you're going to want to see a dorm. You know, what does a dorm room look like? You know, they're usually pretty small. I'm not going to lie, they are small. But it is definitely something you'll want to look at. So, with all these things being said, the last thing you're going to want to do is the application. Apply to multiple schools. An application to a school does not necessarily mean you're going to get in, but you're going to want to give yourself options. So I applied to Madison, Milwaukee, and Oshkosh. I got accepted in Madison and I got accepted in Milwaukee. I'm sorry. I got accepted in Madison and Oshkosh, and I haven't heard back from Milwaukee yet, but at this point I've made my final decision, so I'm not too worried about Milwaukee. So, once you have that acceptance letter, you need to decide where you're going to go. Now you know you can get into whichever school you want. But now you need to make a choice. Are you going to go to the school that looked really cool but maybe didn't have the greatest program? Or are you going to go to the school that you really liked at the campus and you had a good program to go into? Obviously, that's going to be your choice. But if you have two schools like I did, Madison and Oshkosh, who both have extremely good programs, you're definitely going to want to consider both options. So, the last thing you're going to want to do is schedule an academic advising appointment. This is extremely crucial whether you're going to a 2-year college or you're going to a 4-year institution. Schedule that academic advising appointment because they're going to help you create a roadmap to your future. They're going to tell you exactly what classes you need to take to graduate. You know, I'm going to be graduating from UW Oshkosh. I want to make sure that I'm staying on track in the programs that I want to explore into, so that when I graduate, I can get into the career fields I want to get into. So, that's it for this video. In the next video, I'm going to be talking about my freshman experience at a 2-year institution. In another video, I'm going to be talking about my college tools of the trade. And in the last video, I'm actually going to show you how to register for classes at a 4-year institution. Now, the process is going to be different for every institution you look at, but I'm going to show you it for UW Oshkosh because I feel like that is a school where it's going to be pretty similar, at least through the UW systems. So, that's it for this video, guys. And I will see you in the next video. Oh, and I'm also going to be doing a video series all about my experience at UW Oshkosh. So make sure to follow my channel and watch for those videos. They will be their own playlist. I'm going to be talking to people, really wanting to involve myself in that community and become a part of that community. So make sure to watch for those videos. Maybe I'll do a campus tour if you guys want to see that. I'll try and film some stuff and show that to you guys on my YouTube channel as well. Till next time, guys, I'm out of here.